Hello and welcome, I'm Mystical, this is Mystical Gaming. Grab yourself a cuppa, we're jumping into Watcher of Realms and we're at stage 10. This is clearing stage 10, I'm going to 3-star it. Quite pleased with this team. It's epics and low, tier 1 gear, so that's all good. Yeah, really good little team, really good synergy. I think it works well. There's plenty you can do to improve this team. Recommended lineups? I don't know, maybe Karmit's recommended. Right, let's go into a couple of the skills here. So, right, the boss calls forth great demon, strengthening himself and increasing attack, and then he's got a shield. So he's got a shield of mortality, shield of desecration, and then one of them it makes him immune to physical damage, the other makes him immune to magic damage, and he sort of swaps between the two of them. So that's sort of the boss mechanic. And then he's got the Abyssal Breath, where he periodically releases demonic breath, attacking all heroes on the battlefield. That's fine. And then there's time versus money. So we've got to be careful of this. Reduces the hero's redeployment time by 25%. Brilliant. And increases deployment cost by 3. So that's quite a jump there. Now the bottom part of this, Apocalyptic Prayer. He absorbs all the monsters around him, so when they start clustering around him, he's going to absorb them up. Each absorption hastens the release of Apocalyptic Prayer. After absorbing a certain number of monsters, Ludwig invokes Apocalyptic Prayer, summoning endless tentacles to annihilate all the heroes. So tentacles that he normally does spring up all over the place, and it's just a nightmare. We will be avoiding that, okay? So not something you've got to be aware of, but we'll point out when we start the run, we'll point out where this actually is in the meter, so you've got an idea of what's actually happening with regards to that as well, okay? So just be aware of actually what's happening there. Now the other thing to be aware of is, as you can see, that's the boss there. We've got him highlighted, but you've also got a couple of ads as well that come up. So we've got this ad here, and he is immune to magic damage. We've got this one here who's also immune to magic damage, and they arrive on the left hand side of the map. So the left hand side of the map is physical damage. On the right hand side of the map, we've got 2 mobs that are immune to physical damage. So on the right hand side of the map, we place our magic damage. So you keep the two partitioned off, so to speak, and then that way it makes the fight a lot easier for you, okay? Right, that's how we're doing. That's how that sort of part of the fight is broken down, if you're sort of curious about the team makeup. So, team makeup, she's back again. I absolutely love it. The gear is still not great. She's in the artifact to give herself a bit of healing, because that helps out. We've only got the one healer. We haven't got a lot of room for extra healers in there. But it's her Lord skill we're after. That gives you a little bit of freedom. The team's very underpowered, so that little bit of freedom being able to sort of AoE across the maps if we miss anything just frees up the game for you, gives you a bit of wriggle room should anything go wrong for you, okay? So it's that Lord skill we're actually after, that final verdict. And then we've got our tank. So we're using Wrath as our tank. He's going in there because he can self-heal himself. He does a bit of damage. He also, with Awaken 3, puts a burn on someone. So during that phase where the boss takes magic damage, he can help out a little bit there. Now on the left-hand side of the map, we're using Maul. Maul's going over there because he does AoE damage for us, and he's doing physical damage, okay? So AoE physical damage for the left-hand side of the map. Pick your best person. You might want to use Hattie or something like that. She'd probably do a better job than Maul, but Maul does fine, does absolutely brilliant work for us. And again, he's got a little bit of self-healing tacked into him as well. Greed we're using, you might be able to find someone better than Greed, although he is fantastic, but he's a bit pricey. So sort of play around with the heroes you've got. If you've got Karmit, Vierna, that sort of thing might doing something a little bit better for you. And then we've got our healer, and then we've got Liam. Absolutely fantastic. Because of this neurotoxin, deals continuous true damage equal to 1% of the target's max HP. Get my head out of the way, and stacks up to 3 times. You can get up to 3%, okay? And that's going on the boss. And it's dealing true damage, and the boss is immune to physical damage, and he's immune to magic damage, but what we're doing is true damage, which makes it a lot easier for us, okay? So that's what he's doing there for us. Now I've leveled mine all the way up to 60 because it's just easier to keep him alive. You don't have to. As long as you can keep him alive, you're good. I've given him an artifact there to help get some health back for him, and gearing wise, and if you're interested in gearing him, what I've done is I've put gear on him that increases his speed. We've got him up to what, 770 speed. We've got a little bit of rage regen on him, and that's all we're interested in. So anything that has speed on it, winner, and it has speed and rage regen, absolutely brilliant. Main stat speed, attack speed, and main stat rage regen as well, just to get him, because the only damage he's doing is from his ultimate, so you have to power through to it as quickly as possible, and then after that you're just after some defensive stats to try and keep him alive. That's it really. Okay, right, let's jump into the fight. Right, so first things first then, this is the meter for Apocalyptic Prayer. So that's when he absorbs all the monsters around him, and then all the tentacles come up. So that's the meter. You have to keep an eye on that, make sure it doesn't max out. I think it maxes out at 100, which would be quite convenient, and then all the tentacles come up and it wipes your team. So we'll be avoiding that. Now the first person we do is we put our greed down. Greed goes down in the top right. He's facing towards the right. The mob's coming out there. Remember, the right hand side we do our magic damage. That's what he's doing out there. You can see the shields on them. Now my greed this time, for the first time in quite a while, actually killed them. Normally he misses them or doesn't completely clear them off. Now he can take 3 hits. He's taken 2, got a small bit of health left. Check your greed to see how many hits he's taking from the boss. Then what I normally do is I click on my greed and hold just over the recall part of it, and you can see the boss nice and slowly. He's come out for an attack. There is his attack coming through, and you can recall your greed just in the nick of time. There we go, so greed's been recalled. Next we've got the other side to deal with. If you miss someone, remember that you've got your Lord skill over there, so you've got a bit of time where you can sort of nuke the whole, well not nuke, but you can put down some AoE on the whole area. So Maul's over on the left hand side doing the same thing as Greed did, and then we put Wrath down to stop the boss coming. Okay, now that's about it. That's where we are now. We are just waiting till we get enough coins, and then we're going to put down our healer, and then that's pretty much it. Waiting on Maul's ultimate, waiting on the healer coming out, and that's about it. There we go. So there's Maul, there's his ultimate gone off, there's our healer down, and we recall Maul. Nice and easy. After that, Liam goes down there. Liam's down there because we're waiting for this ultimate to go off for him, and we just want to get through that ultimate, and it's cycling those ultimates. That's the bit that he's there for, okay? So just coming up to his ultimate now, and there we go. So he's got his 3 stacks on, and we're sort of ticking away on the boss. You'll see every now and again 172k damage comes up. That's the ticks from his ultimate. Now on the left, on the right, we've got some more mobs arrive. We've got, again, on the right hand side magic damage, on the left hand side we need physical damage. So the right hand side we start with our greed. We've got our greed down there, and we start doing damage to them while we wait for our Maul to come online. Okay, Maul's still doing the cooldown. Remember, they've got a 25% reduction in the cooldown time because of the boss's abilities. It just costs more. Okay, so bear that in mind. Now there's greed almost done. As soon as greed's done, we can recall him and we can get our Maul down. I could put Maul down a little bit earlier if I wanted to, but there's no real need for me to do it because I can't kill that mob. I tried it a couple of times, I can't kill them, so I let them go. That's essentially it. I do try and stun them part way through with the Lord ultimate so I can get a few more hits on, and then give Maul a little more time to get his ultimate back up. Now after that, I've now put my other fighter down. I've got enough coins to put the other fighter down. We're at 34 at the moment. That joins 35 and went up to 51, so take quite a jump, about 15 points there. Now Maul's ultimate is due. There we go, and we can clear off that left-hand side pretty much. There we go, another hit, that's the left-hand side done. We pull Maul back, and we've got another 10 seconds now while we wait for greed. Nice and simple, we're just swapping them from one side to the other. That is all we are doing with them. And then while we let everyone else on the bottom either tank the boss, do true damage to the boss, that sort of thing. So there's Liam just in there. There's our fighter there. She does a bit of true damage on her ultimate. She doesn't do anywhere near as much as Liam, but every little bit helps. So you could swap her out if you wanted to use someone else. There's Greed up there. He's almost done with the mobs. We can pull that away because we can kill the mob. There we go, with our lightning. Absolutely fine. Just gives us a little bit of extra freedom. Boss is down to 30 and a bit %. We can trigger off a few more ultimates while we wait. There we go. While we wait for our ultimates to come online, with then just putting our Maul down. I'm sort of messing around with where I'm going to put Maul. I think I should put in about one more space, to be honest. There we go. in range for the healers now. Now I can put them down. I could have put them down a bit earlier, to be honest. And that's pretty much it. The reason we recall them is not only because we have to move them about, because the boss lets out an AoE damage, so they do take a bit of damage. They're rarely in range of the healer, so I pull them back, and there's enough time in between these runs to actually get them to heal off, or they can get healed up while they're off the screen. They come back on, don't they, with full health. So that's really why we're pulling them off. That's nice and easy for us. There's the last mod there, and then we can put greed down as well now. So greed can actually take out the mobs on the right hand side. Remember, magic damage on the right hand side, maul on the left for our physical damage. There we go. Looks like another one's getting through. It's no great biggie. Another 15 damage. We'll take it close, but I don't think it's going to be any issue for us. We're down to our last, what, 3 and a bit % now. If we'd kept our fighter alive a little bit longer, might have already had the boss down. There we go, 197, 98. So we're getting a bit close. We're cutting it a bit fine, but you can improve on this team significantly. This is very low balling for the team. We just clipped 100 just as the boss died. Boss dies, and that's it done. You get your little victory, and that's it. All cleared for us. So there we go. Look at it. Nearly 20 million. Maxes out on the damage score. Absolutely by a long way. Okay, so there's our other fire there doing true damage. They're just under 4 million damage. Yeah. Does real work for killing the boss. It's absolutely fantastic. You can put better gear on him. You can put better heroes to clear the left and right hand side. There's a lot you can do to improve that team, and that is it done. There we go. That's how you do stage 10. That's the boss all done. Nice easy team, and I think we were at sub 400 for BP. So yeah, basic team. There's a lot that you can do to improve it. Thank you very much for your time. Give me the old thumbs up, like and subscribe, would help me out massively. And I'll see you all in the video again soon. Thank you. Cheers. Goodbye.